Hey, y'all, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are here with the season finale of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 10. If you don't know, now you know. Ooh, who was that, Biggie Smalls? If you don't know, now you know. And this episode was all that. It might have been the best episode of the season. This was an awesome season finale, and I'm just like, I can't wait to see what happens next. So before I get into this video and this recap and giving my 2 cents, y'all, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment now and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, then hit that notification bell. It'll let you know every time I upload a new video. And then you're going to get great content with all this excitement that's in me. Oh my God. In all my videos, I try to make everybody laugh because you got to bring humor into everything because humor is healing. Y'all know that. So, and don't forget, hit that thumbs up button, that like button, whatever you want to call it. Write a comment and share this video. Okay, if you haven't seen it, let me tell y'all right now. This episode starts off with that gun, you know, that Sam who got off the... You remember that guy Sam who got off the bus after Marvin tried to do right by him and gave him all that money, told him just to get out of town? Well, that fool didn't get out of town, and Marvin told him, what did he tell him? If I see you again, and here again, I'm going to have to kill you. And he did kill him, but he let him get his last hit. And then he shot him. Plus, he shot the other guy because the other guy would have been a witness. And there was 2 crackheads. They were gone. Then we got Unique. He meets with Rock in a diner, and he lets her know that Sal is coming for her. And he told her he did not tell Sal where to find her. So he let her know, and I believe Unique. And that's what I liked about him. So she tells him that once this stuff is done with the Italians and it's all over, she going to be doing big things and offer him a job working with her. But he respectfully declined. You know, Unique is so sweet and suave. Like, you know, it's like so cool. And he's like, yo, baby, like, I'm not built to be anybody's employee. You know, he got the gold teeth up in his mouth and the fur coat on, just so smooth with it. Then he starts flirting with her, talking about, yo, saying they broke the mold when they made you, baby, you know. And she was like, this nigga crazy, you know. He asked her, like, did she ever think about him when she had to buy the water cooler and all of that, you know, in the workplace? Anyway, let me move on because I thought that was so cool. That scene was nice. Then we got Famous is telling Kanan he needs to kick in for rent money if he's going to be crashing there. And Kanan asked him if he's interested in getting back out on the corner to make money. He's like, you think Rock just going to give you some? He's like, she ain't got to give it to me. Like, he going to just take it, which he did. Anyway, Ziza in the recording studio with Lou wanting to record a song with a beat that she put together. I was ready to hear this because the beat sounded nice, you know. And and Lou was like, all right now, okay. So then anyway, but he's reading some letter, realizing something's going on. So he knows he has to deal with something now. Then we got Jukebox. She waits for that kid who she went out on a date with, you know, that guy. She waited for him to get out of church. And when he got out of church, she beat the crap out of his ass for setting her up on that bogus date. And he blamed Sister Kenya for asking him to do that. And he said, and I told her you was an ugly dyke ass biatch. And Juke beat the crap out of him. And the police came up and grabbed her and arrested her. Then Detective Burke is at a smoke spot. This part was funny. Detective Burke is at a smoke spot looking for Sam, and she asked for an exact address of the crack spot where he's at. And they told her 1600 Smoke Spot Way, biatch. I was like, oh my God, they're crazy. She's so stupid. She's so desperate that she's going through some crackheads for information. Sal goes and visits Stefano, which is Tony Danza, okay, at this fish store in Howard Beach. We learn that he's a Don, and he wants to talk to him about bringing drama to his neck of the woods. And he tells him that the Tootsie from Jamaica, talking about Rock, was already there to talk to him. And he told him, he gonna tell him like he told her, you know, he don't want nothing to do with the moolies. And he told him to stay on his side of the river. Then let him know that Rock bought a large fish tank and some fish, basically saying, what you gonna do? What you gonna buy from me now? I said, I hear you. That's right, get that money. You don't want me to get involved. Buy something from my store. I'm trying to stay clean. Then we got Marvin. He catches Kanan taking like 2 or 3 bags of the drugs, and he stepped to him and said he's going to tell Rock. And Kanan turned around and said, I don't give a F what she knows. I said, oh, okay, we smelling ourselves. You got some adult coochie, and now nobody can't tell you nothing. How, Kanan? Then the cops visit the neighbor, Mr. Ventura, across the hall from Freddie's apartment. And he's saying he didn't see nothing or hear nothing or he don't know nothing. And they give him a business card and he just takes it and throws it down on the floor after they leave. We got Rock. She meets with Marvin and Lou and updates them on what's about to go down. And she said that she got assurance from the Don Stefano. That's the one that's in Howard Beach, that he won't be stepping in. Wasn't it nice to see Tony Danza with some gray hair on his head? I remember when it was Salt and Pepper. I never saw him all gray. He was looking good. Now, here we are with Burke and Howard. Detective Burke and Detective Howard are at the crack house where Sam and the other guy were executed, as Burke says it. And Howard said they probably died over crackhead stuff. And she says he remembered something about your shooting and was going to... What did she say? He was going to go on the record about it or something? And Howard says he already did and he didn't have nothing. And Sam wasn't... He said, plus Sam wasn't a reliable source. And he's not. He's not a reliable source. How you going to put a crackhead on the stand? A known crackhead to testify against somebody. She's so stupid. Anyway, Howard tells her she needs to stop with the BS. We got Marvin telling Rock that what Kanan did, and she said she would deal with him later. Y'all just stay focused on them Italians. And so she was bringing in some shooters, she said, to help them out, which they would definitely need. We got Jukebox. She get let out of jail and come to find out it was by Detective Burke. And she tells Laverne that she's helped her out in jams and now she owes her the favor. And now she wants to know if Detective Howard is Kanan's daddy. And Juke says everyone knows Def Con is his daddy. That's why his last name is Stock. She did that K Stock. I was cracking up. And Juke says, yeah, I do owe you one, so let me help you out here. She warns her that young people coming for you to watch your back. Maybe you got a target on you. And she was like, what does that mean? She said, that's all I can help you with. That's all I can say. And she bounced. Then we got Lou and 3 cars of these other guys. They do a drive-by on the Italians and took out about 4 or 5 of them. Then we got Lou he goes into the Carver Bank. Remember, he was reading that letter at the record spot, at the studio. And he learns that Rock owns the record label, recording studio, whatever it's called. It said, and she did a side deal with Crown, that if he ever dies or something, she gets full ownership of the record studio because she was going to be a part owner. And that's where I guess where Crown got all that money in the bank account, because that's what Lou was trying to find out. And that's why she told Lou what Crown did, because she knew Lou was going to get mad with his temper and probably hurt Crown or kill Crown. And now she owns that sucker. Then remember when she was trying to get the house, she told the lady that she owns a record studio and everything. See how Rock is? Boy, you got to watch her, honey. So now we got Rock and Marvin meeting with Tremont and Abraham. And remember, Abraham's the one she got out on the deal, and Tremont was the one who got his ass beat by Cartier. And so she learns that they screwed her over. They screwed her and they wanted to get rid of Cartier just to cut her out as the middleman. They didn't need the middleman. And what they did was cut a deal with Joaquin. And if you remember who Joaquin is, he's the cousin of Juliana, who owned the bodega. And she let them know that they aren't even yet, because they said, we even now. She's like, nah, niggas, no, we not. So then we got Laverne. She meets with Nicole's father, Mr. Bingham, and tells the truth about what happened with his daughter, and admitted that Burke didn't give them the drugs, and he didn't believe her. Thought she might be scared, but I don't like that the way Jukebox told him. She didn't say she took them drugs from somebody else. The way she said it, Nicole took the drugs out of her bag without her knowing it and smoked it. But what she should have told him is she had taken it. It leaves it open like maybe Jukebox was selling drugs, or Laverne in this case, like she was selling the drugs. Because what was you doing with the drugs? You should have told him why you had the drugs. Now it makes it look like you had it and maybe you were smoking it. You know what I mean? Anyway, then we have Detective Burke. She grabs up Kanan on the street, seeing him standing there, knowing him and Famous are probably, selling something, but Famous runs. Then Burke takes him to the playground. She arrests, did she put him in cuffs, put him in the car, and then she takes him to the playground and asks, is this where you shot your father and you think DEFCON is your daddy, but he's not, your father, but he's not. You know it, Detective Howard knows it, your mother knows it, and all this stuff. And he was like, what? Kanan's acting stupid, like he don't know nothing. He ain't trying to hear it from her. And I don't blame him. That's how he's supposed to act. So he shows he's not scared of her and refuses to answer her questions. And she gets mad and said, no, I'm going to arrest you, and throws him up against the fence. And he's like, really? And he's like, get off me. And he pushed her off and she fell to the ground and he bounced. He ran like the wind. She said, you can run, but I know where to find you. But see, she had no reason grabbing him up. That's the thing. So that's probably why she didn't go after him right away. Then we got Rock goes to meet with Joaquin, and Juliana was there too. And she said that there was a deal. That was her deal. And Juliana admit that she did it because she thought Joaquin did it, but it was Juliana. And she said they came into the store and they discovered there was a way for them to work together without her. Wow. Wow, Juliana. See how quick Juliana forgets how Rock killed her abusive husband for her, who was whooping her behind up and down all the time. Now all of a sudden she's so tough because then when Rock leaves, Joaquin says she's dangerous and Juliana says, so am I. No, you not. How you so tough and dangerous when you couldn't get your husband beat? Rock took care of that for you. See what I'm saying? How people forget when you do stuff to help them? Anyway, let's move right along with Marvin. He comes home and he finds Jukebox in there, and he thought somebody was breaking in, but she said she got tired of sleeping on that lumpy bed at Aunt Rock's house, and he admitted he used to have to sleep on that when he lived there on that bed. So then Juke and Marvin, they have a little another touching scene like the one they had last week at the diner. And it ends with him telling her that you and we have to take care of each other because we're all we got. And she smiled, I was like, okay, y'all, I'm loving the scenes between them now. Then we have Rock. She gets to her new house and there were some flowers from someone. And she read the card and then threw the vase against the wall. And we all going, who are they from? Who were they from? I couldn't see. But I paused that TV and looked, and all it said is like basically, welcome to enjoy your new house. Welcome to, or something like that. Home sweet home. So it was probably from the real estate lady or something, or the neighborhood watch or something. So, I thought it was from somebody, and that's why she was getting mad. But I think because she wasn't going to have her son and Symphony in that home sweet home, there's a problem there. That's what I'm thinking. It's just my opinion and my 2 cents. So after she throws that vase, Lou walks in and asks, when were you going to tell me? Yeah, and that's, what that's about, her taking over the record label. And she goes through what is that, Bulletproof Records, right? So she goes through this whole thing about everything you got or own is mine. He got the money from her to run the label. She admits about what happened with Scrappy. She goes through the same thing she basically said to Lou at the end of season 1. She gave him a whole speech like this. She let him know, you rented from me. You ain't going nowhere because there ain't nowhere for you to go. All that talking you doing is la nonsense. And then she ended with grabbing his head between her 2 hands and saying to Lou, I own you, nigga. And he had tears in his eyes as she walked away. He was so mad and hurt because he really wants to get out of the business and he really wants to do things that's clean. And she said, there ain't no walking away from this. I felt bad for him. Then we got Kanan. He goes to tell Detective Howard, his daddy, what went down with Detective Burke. And Howard says that him, Kanan, and Rock, they need to talk face to face and get their stories together. So they get into the car and they head that way. We got Burke. She meets with her girlfriend, Adina, and tells her that if something happens to her, it's not going to be what it looks like because Howard set her up. And I'm sitting there going, how the heck does she know Howard set her up? Jukebox never said that. Jukebox never said that. So I didn't get that part. Then we got this Lou. He goes over to Bulletproof Records and Aziza's in there wanting to start recording some more. And Lou said he ain't recording there no more. He starts putting all his stuff in the bag. He taking my ish. He said, I'm taking my ish and I'm going. I'm bouncing. And she's like, what happened? He said, it's my sister because my sister's what happened. Then all of a sudden, Sal's boys come in there with guns are blazing. And they shot, he said, get down. And they shot Ziza. And I guess she's dead. And then we got, Lou, what is it, what's his name? Lou was somehow behind this little thing, and he threw something to the left, and they shot at the left, and he turned to the right, shot the other guy, poof poof, and then got the other guy who shot, and he killed both of them. Woo, this was good. Then we got Sal. He was in the restaurant, bar, pool hall, whatever. He put his money in the jukebox, and the song, "Oh What a Night," starts playing, and we was like, it's going down now. I said it in a different order. That came before that whole thing with Lou. But he starts dancing around, and he's smoking a cigar or playing pool by himself. Meanwhile, here we got Unique and Worrell. They in the spot in Jersey, talking. And Neek says this ish may be getting played out. Only old heads are messing with this stuff, and the business is changing. We got to change with it. Then Sal's boys come in with guns blazing and shoot up everyone. And even Worrell gets hit, and Unique is torn, and Unique shoots and kills that last one of Sal's guys. He was and then we got Sal's boys also up in I said that already. They was in Bulletproof Records and killed whatever. Then who else? They hit the project spot. How did that? I want to know how they got up them stairs without anyone being notified, unless they shot everybody going up the damn stairs and up the elevator. Anyways, the bullets was flying everywhere in there, and of course Marvin got shot when his gun jammed, but thank God he let a few of his people out. He got them out to safety, told them to run. But when he got downstairs injured and was knocking on doors trying to get in this door, they wouldn't open the door, and that guy in a wheelchair rolled down. Oh my God. Oh, that was the one he was nice to that day, made everybody get off the elevator and let him go up by himself so he didn't have to stop floors. And that was when, that's that good karma Miss Renee was teaching him about, when you do good to other people. Anyway, then we got Kenya. She came to Rock's house, and she wants to talk mother to mother about what Jukebox did to that boy. And then Rock asked, "Where's my guys? How they let you just walk up here?" And then she realizes they dead in the car, and them two Italians came out, and she yells at Kenya to get down, but it was too late. She got shot in the back, and the guys came into Rock's house, and she shot one of them, knocked down, and then the other one shot her in the shoulder, and as she was sat on the floor helpless, that guy pointed his gun at her and kicked her gun out of reach, and then he got shot from behind because he was about to kill her, and he got shot from behind, and when he fell, who's standing there? Yes! But Unique, he my man. I love Unique. Oh my God, he came and put out his hand to help Rock up, because she was looking at him like, "Now what you gonna do, nigga? You gonna shoot me or what?" And he picked her up, looked at her up and down, and said, "Southside." I said, "Yes, Southside." I am a Queens girl, y'all, so that's why I like when they talk about Jamaica and all that stuff. That's all in Queens and New York. I'm a Queens girl. So as they walk out, as a matter of fact, I went to school with the kids from Howard Beach, so I do understand the racism that was out there around that time. And as they walk out of the house, out of Rock's house, Unique and Rock, Detective Howard and Kanan pull up, and they see the mess that's out there with dead people and cars and on the steps. And Kanan is looking real concerned. And that's how it ended, y'all. So I hope y'all like this recap. I know it was long, but this episode was all that and then some. I give it 5, 10 stars. I don't know what the rating is, but this season finale was all that. So y'all let me know what y'all think about down in the comment section. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.